Hey, Jordan Paris here. Welcome to this video. Look, there's thousands of productivity guides on YouTube showing you how to create overcomplicated systems that involve switching between all these different apps, 10 different apps even before you've even had your morning coffee. But what if I told you that you could do all of this in one software? In this video, I'm going to show you how I use Airtable. That's the software that I use to streamline productivity, whether you're a business owner, freelancer, stressed student, or even just someone trying to get their life together. So first and foremost, let's go through some of the downfalls of modern productivity stacks. The first thing that I see is, people sign up for all these different softwares and really more than anything becomes a procrastination tool where they're just checking notifications over and over again to see if there's anything new, kind of like a rat on cocaine is kind of what I would compare it to. The second thing is that if you don't have the system consolidated and set up the right way and it's all scattered, then it's kind of impossible to train your team, right? Other people like team members, employees. Very hard to train them on how to use it, and you're paying all these different subscriptions and it's just not really being put to use. Now the last thing that I want to cover before we really get into the sharing share screen and go through Airtable a little bit and show you some cool things there, I want to share a little bit of the value proposition, again, of why you should be using Airtable if you are a business of any kind or an agency owner or whatever. Look, you've got to have some sort of project management system if you want to build a real and sellable business. Highlighting real business, a business that goes beyond just you, a business that doesn't begin and end with you, a business that doesn't die with you. Okay, something of real value in this world. You've got to be using some sort of project management system or system. We've got a landscaper out there. Hopefully it's not too loud. You've got to have that in place to be taken seriously. Otherwise, you're just running an operation held together by a bunch of Band-Aids. So without further ado, let's dive right into Airtable. All right, so here we are on actually airtable.com/templates. That's where you're going to find templates for building project management systems or anything and everything, really. Content calendars and stuff for personal use as well. Like, for example, like novel planning. If any of you guys are writing a novel or a book catalog or a soccer club, or these are some pretty fringe cases, but there's a lot of stuff in here. There's even, my favorite one is a personal CRM. This is a really cool one. I think I want to make another video just on the personal CRM and how I use it, because it's really powerful. So wide number of applications here. For the sake of this video, I want to go into like project trackers here. Let's develop like an MVP of a project management system, a minimum viable product of a project management system. So let's take a look. We can get a preview of the base right here. This is a base. You can think of that like a database or a system or whatever. That's what a base is. Let's view this larger version right here. Okay, so look, a lot of the templates, they're pretty simple, but again, we're really only going for a minimum viable product here. So here we have it. Again, it's pretty simple, but it has almost everything that we need, right? There's tasks, timelines, and assignees, right? The people responsible for doing the project. And so here it looks like we have the task, right? Find a design agency, and we can see that that is in progress. And then there's a bunch of subtasks here. I can click onto this task and see a little bit more about it, right? And we can just check these boxes as we complete these the subtasks rather. We can see that this is assigned to Jordan Paris. It's kind of like my name, Jordan Paris. That's interesting. And then what a perfect project tracker for this video. Paris Fautieu is the project lead, right? When we should start working on this, I think that's what kickoff means here. And then when is it then due, right? 9 days to complete, yeah. So these are all good things to have in your project management system, right? You want to have the what, how, who, and when. The what is like the deliverable, as I prefer to call it, right? Find design agency. And then this is also, I guess, in this case, part of the what as well, the subtasks for this deliverable, or sub-deliverables, as I would call them. And then you have the who, which is two parts. Who's it assigned to, and then who's the deliverable manager, Paris. And then we have the when, which is also two parts, the start date and then the due date. And then the only, actually looks like this might be part of it, related docs. Because I was going to say the only part missing here is the how, which is, an attached SOP or training, or even just some notes, right? A notes field that shows you how to do this particular deliverable step by step. So look, this is pretty good. If I was starting on Airtable and I didn't know what the heck I was doing or how to build these systems, because look, it is pretty complicated and we have some really advanced high-level systems, I would start with this though. This is like really simple. There's no chance that someone on your team is not going to know how to use this. Like it's literally one table. A lot of times you'll see there's bases that'll have 10 different tables, and that gets a little bit more complicated. This is pretty simple, and again, it has the what, how, who, and when with a question mark, and we'll put an asterisk on the how. But again, this is pretty good. And look, you can even use this project tracker for your personal life. This could, if you're a student, this could just as easily be applied to homework assignments and projects that you have to do for school. If you are, maybe you're not a business owner, but you work at a company and you want to have a system to keep track of everything and make sure nothing slips through the cracks, well, this is a good way to do it. Also, I would just change the names of these tasks, homework assignment number 1, or, math homework, calculus homework, whatever, and then, write in some of the subtasks here, the things that I need to make sure get done for that larger homework assignment, and then just check them off as I go. I would even prefer, instead of grouping these by projects, I would group it by status here. So you kind of have like a CRM or like a CRM pipeline of tasks that you're progressing down the pipeline. And then Airtable has some pretty cool features, right? Like this is a grid view. This is not the only way that you can view information. I don't usually use Gantt charts, but this is right here, a Gantt chart. Okay, it's kind of like a timeline. Airtable it doesn't necessarily have to be a Gantt chart, but they do have some more simple timelines as well. I can show you that. Okay, so here you have this. This is like what a timeline would look like in Airtable. It's pretty nice and aesthetic. Yeah, so they've had the timeline for a while, but they just made some pretty cool updates to it. Common Airtable W. That's me on Twitter if you want to check me out. There's Kanbans as well. A lot of different possibilities. Now, the last thing that I'll show you here is the way, for example, if you're applying this to your agency, your business, whatever, there's an easy way to train your team on how to use this project tracker. So there's an info icon right up here. This is where you would, you could put like a Loom video here, right, going over in 5 or 10 or 20 minutes, however long it takes, everything that your people need to know about this project tracker. You can, of course, include a written description here also, and then they will be shown the first time that they ever click into this base, the project tracker, they will be automatically shown this pop-up right here, so they can't miss it. All right, so of course this has just been a preview of this base the whole time. It's kind of like read-only. I can't really do anything. So let's actually move my face so that I can click on this tab here. Let's apply this. Let's put this base in our workspace, our Airtable workspace. You just hit copy base right there. All right, so it turns out that link didn't really work. Airtable might want to fix that. But the way that it will work is if you go into, you sign up for Airtable, you'll just need the free plan for now, unless you're a business and you want to build something a little bit more advanced. I would recommend the Airtable Pro plan. That should run you about $24 per month. So once you're logged in, you'll have a home page here, and then you'll go to templates in the bottom left, and then project tracker, and then try this template. There we go. Wonderful. Now that we have our template here, there's a couple of things that I would do to spruce this up a little bit. I'm going to create a new section. Okay, team member views. You can only create new sections on the Airtable Pro plan. It's not like a needle moving feature, so if you can't use it, that's not really a reason to upgrade sections. There are other reasons. So new section, and then what I'm going to do is just duplicate this view because I want to create a few different views. I want to splice the data a couple of different ways for my business. I want to filter this by assignee is, let's say, Jordan. Okay? So I would call this Jordan's view, right? This is kind of like Jordan's mini dashboard here. This is how he or she knows how to do everything. I'm not a he or she. I just don't know who this Jordan Peretz is. It might be a he, it might be a she. So then we'll duplicate this view, and then I'm going to create it for another team member as well. No, Leslie doesn't have anything. Gal doesn't have anything. Okay, Ash. Ash's view. And then what I like to do also is create like management views. Jordan's management view. Because everyone has a to-do list. That's basically what this is. This is Jordan's to-do list. But nobody has a things I've delegated list. So what tends to happen is that stuff falls by the wayside. If you want to seem superhuman and never forget about the things that you've delegated out to other people, a things I've delegated view, aka what I call a management view, that will make you seem superhuman. So I'm just going to change the filter to, for example, what would it be? Oh, project lead. That's like the manager field. Right? So now anything where Jordan is assigned as the project lead, the manager for this task, will show up here. There's nothing. But let's do this for like Paris. Paris's management view. Wonderful. So now everything where Paris is assigned as the project lead will show up right here. That person will never forget about the things that they've delegated. Now let's go back and even do some more here. We'll create a Kanban. Let's see what that looks like. Jordan's Kanban. Status. Okay. And then we'll do that filter again, since this is Jordan's view. Assigned to Jordan. Great. So here I am, right? Like, let's talk about operating the system on a daily basis. How are you going to do that? Well, quite simple. You're just going to kind of drag things through your pipeline here. If you're using the Kanban, okay, I'm now complete. I'll mark it as complete. Or let's just go to this main view right here where everybody's tasks are. Okay, let's say now this is planning, right? We'll just provide those status updates here on a daily basis and mark things as completed as we complete them. Now, I don't think that these make very much sense. What I would do is order these in the most logical order. So kickoff, we're going to get rid of that. Not started, in progress. Maybe planning comes first, then not started, then in progress. Then we'll do delayed, and then we'll do completed. And then I like to add a blocked field, or status name as well. Group it. We'll subgroup it even by status. So for this project here, brand, refresh, and design, we will be able to see all of our tasks for that project, right? These three right here. And then for the employee satisfaction survey, that's another project, we'll be able to see those three tasks for that project right here. And the project field, I haven't even covered this yet. That is a linked record field linking to overview, funny enough. Okay, so I guess these are like different projects. I would maybe call this projects. And then the linked record field, right, that's just a type of field. It's linking to projects, and so we can link these tasks to a project, right? So now we can kind of click into this project here, and we can see the different tasks associated with this project. That's the power of a relational database. Everything's talking to one another. A couple other things that I want to cover here is if you want to invite your team to this base, and only this base, like let's say you have multiple bases in your workspace in Airtable. Well, you don't want to have your team have access to everything, like maybe the CRM, you don't want them to have access to. So you'll just share base access, right? You'll just go into the base, hit share, and then invite them by email or by link right here. Now, if you do want to add them to your entire workspace and you want them to have access to everything, then the way that you would do that, I would click into our Zeus workspace here, and then you just hit share, and then they will have access to every single thing in here, which you can obviously see is a lot, but we don't really use all of these. It's just a core 4 that we use: a team hub, a learning management system, project management system, and CRM. All right, so hopefully after this tutorial, you are confident enough in this system to cancel all your different subscriptions to all the different softwares that you haven't used in months, and now you can start actually knocking out this task that you've been putting off. Now, if you found this video helpful, number 1, smash the like button and subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping a lot more content like this soon. And number 2, I'm going to have my Airtable referral link. You're going to give me $10 if you sign up for the Airtable Plus or Pro plan. Again, I'd recommend the Pro plan if you're going to go paid, or if you're going to sign up for even the free plan. Please use my Airtable referral link. Consider it a tip for this fire content. And lastly, if you do need help implementing the steps that I showed you in this video, this is exactly what we do. We build systems for businesses like yours, different types of clients in all different types of industries. So check the link in the description if you don't feel like doing it on your own. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.